Okay, let's do two examples together before I let you do some on your own. Here's our rule. Y equals 4 plus x. And as you can see, I've given you some y values. I'm sorry, some x values. And then we have our graph. So we're going to figure out what we need to do. We're going to figure out our y values. And then once we have those, we'll have our ordered pairs and we can graph our line. So let's go ahead and plug in all these x values for our y. Let's start over here. So y equals 4 plus, now instead of writing x, I'm just going to write the number that I have in my table. So my first number is 0. So when x is 0, y is equal to 4, because 4 plus 0 is 4. So let's write 4 for y. And then we have y is equal to 4 plus, let's write our second value for x that we have in the table, 1. So when x is 1, y is 5. 4 more, right? Okay, how about the next one? Y is equal to 4 plus, instead of writing 1, we're going to write 2. So when x is 2, y is 6. Y is equal to 4 plus, do we see a pattern here? 3, which is equal to 7. In an additive pattern, if your x values go up by 1, then your y values will go up by 1 because you're increasing by the same amount every time. 4 plus 4, which is equal to 8. So when x is 4, y is 8. And finally, y is equal to 4 plus, let's write 5. And that would be 9. So when x is 5, y is 9. So we have our ordered pairs here. And I'm just going to, again, write a few examples because I want you to know that every time you have your table filled with numbers like this, you can write your ordered pairs. Just taking your x value first and your y value second and putting them in parentheses. Now let's plot these points. Okay, when x is 0, y is 4. So we're going to start at the origin and we're not going to go left or right because x is 0, right? So we have nowhere to go to on the x-axis. And so let's go up to 4 because our y value is 4. Then we have 2, 6. So we start at the origin, go to the right 2, and then go up to 6 and put a dot. Let's do 4, 8. Starting at the origin, we're going to go to the right 4 and go up to 8. We can see our nice line taking form right here. All the way up like that. And if you notice, what kind of pattern is this? I want you to be sure you are able to identify what kind of pattern this is when our rule looks like this. What kind of pattern do we have? I want you to tell me it's an additive pattern because we're adding. And look at your additive line, your pattern on the graph. What does it look like? Well, does it go through the origin? No, because additive patterns do not go through the origin. It crosses the y-axis at a different place. Here it crossed on the 4, and that tells us that's what we're adding. Okay? And then another thing to notice about our additive pattern is when our x values increase by 1, the exact same thing happens to our y patterns. Well, what happens if we took out all of these in the middle and we said our x values increased by 2? 0, 2, 4. Well, our y pattern, our y values increase by 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay? And that is because we are adding the same number every time. And so our graph is going to be increasing by 1 each time. When our x value goes up by 1, our y value goes up by 1. All right, let's take a look at this rule. Y equals 1 and 5/10 x. What kind of pattern is this, first of all? What does it mean when the x and 1 and 5/10 are right next to each other? It means multiply. So this is a multiplicative pattern. So it means that we are going to multiply whenever we plug in x. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Y is equal to 1.5 times 0. And whenever we multiply a number times 0, what do we get? We get 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. We'll go ahead and create our ordered pair of this one. And y is equal to 1.5 times, let's say x is 1. So when x is 1, then y is 1.5. 1.5. Y is equal to 1.5 times, let's say x is 2. Well, I already know that 1.5 times 2 is equal to 3. Right here, we need that decimal right there, not 15, 1.5. But some of us might need to do a little multiplication off to the side to figure out what 1.5 times 2 is. So please do that. Don't be afraid to use up all the space you have in order to find your y values, okay? So when x is 2, y is 1.5. What if x is 2.5? 1.5 times 2.5. What would y be? I don't know that, so I'm going to have to do a little math over here, 2.5, and that would be 25, 5, 6, 7, drop one 0, 5 times 2 is 10, and 2 plus 1 is 3, and so that would be 5, 7, 3, underline, 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 so 3 75/100ths, 3.75. So when x is 2.5, y is 3.75. And y is equal to 1.5 times x, or 3. I know, because I know my multiples of 15, that is kind of helping me. That's why I know that when I multiply 1.5 times 3, then my answer is 4 5/10. So when x is 3, y is 4 5/10. Then we can do y is equal to 1.5 times 3.5. And that is going to be, I'm going to have to do that math over here, times 3.5. I don't know what 15 times 35 is. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 again. 0, 5. Carry my 1, and that'd be 4. So that'd be 5, 2. Carry my 1, 5 25/100ths. 5.25. Okay, so we can write some ordered pairs here. 2, 3. Let's do 3 and 4 5/10. Let's plot those points. Okay, once again, my multiplicative pattern is going to go through the origin. So tomorrow, when we have a line that passes through the origin, what kind of pattern is it going to be? It is going to be multiplicative. That is just a huge way of always knowing whether the pattern is multiplicative or additive. Does it go through the origin? Is one of my points 0, 0? Then you know it's multiplicative. Okay, let's graph 2, 3. Start at the origin, go to the right 2, go up 3, put a dot right there. And then 3 and 4.5. Remember, even though that number 4.5 isn't on our number line, we still know where it goes, because we know that 4.5 is right in between 4 and 5. And I'm going to do 1 and 1.5 so that I kind of know how my line is going. And then let's do 3.5 and 5. And 25 hundredths was just a little bit in between halfway and the 5. Right? And my line, if I had a ruler, I could probably make a pretty line, but we know that it is multiplicative because it's going through the origin. Okay, so you are going to do the exact same thing we've done together. Again, you have a rule that has been given to you. And over the first few, I tell you what to use for x. And then you plug in the x value using the rule to figure out what your y is going to be. And then you're going to create your ordered pair. And when you have your ordered pairs here, you're going to graph them below. Okay, so you do have a few decimals in here. And so just so you know, remember, if you have a half or 5/10, then it's right in the middle. If you have a 25 hundredths, that is halfway in between half and 0. So that is halfway in between about there. And then 75 hundredths would be halfway on the top end. Okay. And another hint, I start here. I give you your x values, but here you get to pick your own x values. You can use the ones that I've done, like 0, 1, 2, 3, or you can use your own. But be sure to not use anything bigger than 10, because then it might be really hard to graph. If you're using 16, you don't know where to go on the graph, because your graph in this case only goes to 10. All right, and look, we even have some we've already done together. So always use the resources. We've already done x plus 2 and x times 2, so use your resources, okay? Make sure that your answers look like my answers. All right, that is all. Have a great Tuesday.